Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Jingle all the way. Go, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Have a lot of fun.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Pentatonics.
When you're having a bad day, all you want to do is have a laugh. Well, here's a treat for you. The boys are here, and we can't wait to turn your day from gross to great. We're the Soy Boys. Soy great.
Sometimes the best moments on this show happen when we're not recording. I hope you
recording.
enjoy the episode. I am too.
Okay, good.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to the Soy Boys, the podcast. My name is Paul.
My name is Nicholas.
And we are the Soy Boys. This is the podcast where we cook and talk, but we don't necessarily talk about cooking.
No!
We talk about kind of what we're doing, but we don't say that it's what you should do.
No, because that is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You want an improv troupe?
Here's a gun. You can't leave.
Oh, can I leave?
No, you're not a person.
Look at this dog I have.
That's not a dog. It's also a gun.
I don't own guns.
It's not loaded.
Okay.
I don't own guns. That's amazing.
It's not loaded.
Oh, we love it here, folks. You should test it out sometime.
You should chest it out.
I hate that so much. Hi, Nikki. How
Nikki.
was your day?
My day was just dandy, Polly.
Yeah.
How was your day?
It was great.
Great.
I went to a coffee shop today, and I ordered a black coffee to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, sorry, we're out of coffee.
What?
They said, we can give you an Americano, because we have espresso. We can't give you
Did
a
you
coffee.
say, why are you open?
No, they were really busy, and I didn't want to press them, so I got an Americano. And it
Great.
tasted like... You ever had an Americano?
No, I don't like coffee.
You don't. So basically, an Americano is espresso and water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like really intense caffeine-wise, and it tastes like dirt.
Good.
Not because this coffee shop is amazing. I love it so much. And it was great. I'm sure it was better there than it would have been other places, but it wasn't my favorite thing. I will stick to my black coffee with a bit of milk and raw sugar.
I love that.
It's so good.
So, what's on the menu for you today, Paul?
What's on the menu for me today? I'm making an open-faced buffalo chicken sandwich.
Yum.
It's the epitome of cobbling together what I have. I was nervous for this episode because I had orange chicken for lunch today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could have made that back-to-back episodes.
That would be comedy.
That would be comedy, but I didn't want to do that, and I was thinking about what do I have? Last night I cooked, I made some of the rest of those chicken thighs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that banana peel. We'll get there later. The rest of the chicken thighs...
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Well, they're not here. They can't see what we're doing. Unless you
But
are
you
here.
just said, look at those bananas.
Well, it's like, look at that sizzle, you know? Sometimes we have to be the liaison between what we're doing. Looks like a hot banana.
It is a hot banana.
What are you making?
No, finish your thought.
Okay, so...
I want to keep them in suspense.
Basically, it's like a kitchen sink kind of deal where I'm throwing in everything I have.
Uh-huh.
But I also bought cheese today, even though I leave the city in 2 days. I'm currently grating some Monterey Jack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the beer bread that I made a few days ago from Trader Joe's beer bread mix. We love Trader Joe's.
We do love Trader Joe's.
And I'm going to use the chicken thighs that I made last night, and I'm going to make a buffalo sauce, which is basically just hot sauce and butter.
Great.
2 parts hot sauce to 1 part melted butter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put this freshly grated Monterey Jack cheese on top, and I'm going to make an open-faced sandwich that's going to go in the oven, and it's going to be so good. Very excited. What are you making, Nicholas?
I am making some banana bread.
That's a great meal.
Thank you. I worked the dinner shift tonight, and
Oh, I smell that banana. It smells good.
thank you. I made
So
it
I
myself.
guess I can smell bananas.
Oh.
That's exciting.
I worked the dinner shift or the lunch shift tonight, and I closed lunch, and that just throws off my whole eating schedule. So
Yeah.
I got home and I was so dang hungry at
Right.
4:00 that I had to eat a meal.
Yeah,
But,
I was like, go ahead and do it, buddy.
Yeah, and so I'm making just a little snack.
Little
for the
banana
Soy
bread.
Boys today. Yeah, and I actually really, really enjoy baking a lot.
Right.
So I'm very excited to bake today.
I'm so glad you're getting a chance to do that and
Thank
stretch
you
those
so
muscles.
much. Yeah.
Here on the Soy Boys, we're all about stretching our cooking muscles,
Yeah.
you know? And sometimes that means You cook. What I'm gonna do...
Sometimes you bake.
Sometimes we see what baking can do. Okay, I'm going...
Name that musical?
That musical is Shuffle Along or The Making of the Sensation of 1921 and all that followed.
No, sorry, it is Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812.
Why do kitchen towels keep ending up on the stove?
I don't know.
I know, I'm not putting them there.
Okay.
Yeah. If you could see how furiously he's whisking right now.
I don't like conflict.
Tall bowl.
I don't know what the dimensions of this bowl are. I don't want to get too small of a bowl.
No, I think that's a perfect size, actually, especially because you were whisking so vigorously.
Sure.
Vigorous whisking. I think this pasta that I have in the pantry says Trader Giotto's. Nope, never mind.
Great story.
I was wrong. Are you picking that up?
Oh, I thought you were talking about my banana noises.
Nope, that was Mount Sinai Ambulance. Banana noises. You're going for it.
Do we have an electric mixer?
Probably not.
I assume we actually do. I just haven't
Maybe
looked
it's in
for
there.
one.
No, I mean, I think it's fine.
I just don't want to... I feel like an electric mixer would be too loud.
I agree.
Baking soda and salt.
I'm pulling up this question from our dear friend JM.
Do you want to talk about what's on our minds first?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. What's on your mind, Nikki?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
I think so. I was working again today, and for the most part, people were very pleasant today, which was kind of strange.
Right.
Because a lot of times people are not pleasant.
Yeah, that's true. Service industry, we've touched on that, but it hasn't gotten better.
You're right. We have not cured that yet. There were just a couple very annoying things that happened today. There was a woman who came in. She had a reservation. I told you this story already.
Yes.
She came in. She had a reservation.
Oh man, this lady. Oh.
Oh, I know. She had her name was. I don't.
Don't tell her name. Don't say her
I
name.
don't know her name.
Good, because
I was gonna give her a fake name like Sharon.
Sharon.
I know. She had a reservation for a party of 8, and we sat her down, and she goes, "Hi, we actually need a bigger table. We're 8 plus 2 babies, and there might be 2 more people coming." And we're like, "Oh, so by 8 you meant 12?
12 people.
12 people." And she got a bigger table, which is great for her, I guess.
Good for Sharon.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating.
Yeah, and then there was this other table, guys. I didn't tell you this story.
I don't think
This
so.
wasn't like annoying or frustrating. It just like happened, and I didn't have words.
Right.
They came in. They were foreign. I don't know where they were from.
Foreign.
But
I
they
love that word.
had very thick accents. And they sat down, and I gave them menus, and they go, you have a food card? I said, what? So you have a food card. I'm like,
food card or food cart?
I said, I don't know what that is. Food card. I'm like, what is it? They're like, is food in here? I'm like, is that a menu? Yes, it is. They go, oh, okay. I'm like, are you calling me an idiot for not knowing what a food card is? What the... And then I walked away and left.
And that's it.
And that was my day at work. That's what's on my mind. Is like mostly pleasant people, but just some strange things.
Some Stranger Things, the musical.
Yes.
Stranger Sings?
Stranger Sings.
Is that what it's called?
It is, yeah.
I love it. On my mind right now is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Before we started recording, Nick and I were watching... I'm going to turn this to a low. We were watching a tournament that's happening in Detroit, Michigan right now, and watching some really awesome play, and it was hitting me. I'm a big follower. I think I've talked about this a little bit. I'm a huge follower of the competitive Smash scene, and it's hitting me that this game is only like 3 months old. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at this point. A little under 3 months old. And we're seeing these matchups of characters who were great in like that Yoshi and Sonic matchup that we were watching. In Smash 4, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, Sonic was such a strong character, and Yoshi really wasn't. I know because I was a Yoshi main. Yoshi main.
Good one.
Thank you so much. And I stuck with Yoshi because I liked the way he played, but I knew he wasn't a top tier character, and Sonic really was. Now, In Ultimate, Yoshi is one of the best characters, and Sonic is solidly mid-tier. And the Sonic won because she is a great player in the community from Smash 4. But it was kind of exciting for me, even though we were rooting for her, to think that these matchups that I know, as an avid fan of Super Smash Bros., are changing because it's a new game.
I love that.
You know, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Actually, that Rob player that we were just watching play, it got bodied by a Greninja. In Smash 4, he was a Mewtwo main. And, like, without question, he would always play Mewtwo, and that's not happening in this game because Mewtwo is not great in this game. And Rob is, like, fine, but Mewtwo is worse.
Right.
Which is strange. It's very strange to me. And it was strange in Smash 4 because Mewtwo, who had been around since Melee and had never been great, was great, like, top 10 characters in Smash 4. I'm very excited for the future of this game. I think it could become the best in the Smash franchise, and I can't wait to be part of its growth.
Yeah, I agree.
Very excited.
I'm excited for you, and I'm excited with you.
Thank you so much, Nicholas.
You're so welcome.
Jessup.
Oh, we are.
Run.
If anyone wants my social security number, just ask Paul Gary.
Because I know it.
Paul Allen Gary.
Nope! Do you want to guess?
You've
heard it before, I think.
Stephanie.
Nope. Well, I was going to give you some, like... okay, my middle name starts with an E, and it's 5 letters long.
Eeyore.
That's 6 letters long.
Damn it. Eric with 2 R's and 2 K's.
That's also 6 letters. Who are you and what have you done with
I don't know. Help. Okay. Actually, though.
E?
Yes.
I was just reminding you that's where we were. You seemed a little confused.
Yeah,
so.
I am. When do I put in the flour?
I don't need anything else from here.
Now.
Okay, folks, just so you know, I am just kind of re-sauteing this chicken on the stove with some melted butter and some hot sauce. And I added some black pepper to the mix because when I ate it last night, there wasn't enough black pepper. Fix your mistakes, kids. It's that easy.
Embarrassing.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
It smelled good. You weren't here last night when I was baking this stuff, but it smelled real good. These chicken thighs, you were at work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It smelled great. And I can't smell.
Right.
So I know it smelled great.
Yeah.
So my middle name is 5 letters long. Starts with E.
Can I get the last letter?
Y.
I was like, do you need to think about
No,
it?
I was debating about whether or not I should give it to you. It's Y.
I have no idea. Is it like a...
It's not common. It's not a common name. But it is a name. It is the last name of a famous actor. Did you ever watch the show Once Upon a Time?
Yes.
Okay. It's the last name of an actor who's on that show. Not in the first season.
I don't know any actor who's ever been on any show ever.
That's true.
No,
we were just talking about Cheyenne Jackson. You know Cheyenne Jackson, but it's not him. My middle name is not Jackson.
Okay. I figured, because that is neither 6 letters long nor starts with an E nor...
You're correct on both of those fronts.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Second
letter is M.
Emily.
No. That's
It's
the name, though.
5 letters
That's the name.
long.
That's true. That's 5 letters long.
And it starts with an E.
Before he guesses it, if you at home listening to this didn't previously know my middle name, and you have figured it out by this point before Nicholas guesses it, because he's eventually going to get it, tweet at us.
I don't know if I'm actually
think you
gonna
will.
get it. Okay.
I think even if I give you 4 out of the 5 letters and you fill in the 5th, tweet at us with hashtag my middle name. What it ends up
Is
being.
it hashtag MY middle name or hashtag Paul's middle name?
Oh, wow. I was going to say the actual name. Like, if it was yours, it would be hashtag Jessup.
Oh.
My middle name is Embry.
I literally would have never guessed that.
E-M-B-R-Y. What do you mean? It's a family name. It's my grandfather's name.
I
And
love
for a
that.
long time, I didn't like it because, I didn't know anybody else with that name when I was a kid. And you know when you're a kid and you just want to be normal.
Yes. No. Paul.
Well, I know who I'm talking to. Your middle name. I've
My
never met
middle name-
anybody.
Yeah, it's my...
I've never met anybody.
I've never met anybody.
I'm going to steal this foil from over here.
It's my mom's maiden name.
Right.
And I was so embarrassed of my middle name as a kid. I used to not tell... If people asked me what my middle name was, I would say...
Something
It's a
else.
secret. I'm not telling you.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't tell my girlfriend of 4.5 years what my middle name was, I think for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how the guessing game of my middle name came from. Because I used to not like to say it out loud for that same reason. And people would always say, oh, I like that so much. And I would be like, really, why? And now, of course, I get it. Because it's awesome.
Yeah, people like unique names.
Yes. I mean, I like it now.
Yeah, I like mine now, too.
Thank you so much.
And I like yours.
Thank you so much. I did not pick it myself, but man, is it mine. I'm just kind of working on the setup of this oven-baked, open-faced sandwich here, folks. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can add to it. I think that's enough cheese, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I, on the other hand, am just finishing up my mix. I have all my
Your
ingredients.
mix!
Yeah.
You know?
My mix! All my ingredients are all mixed up together.
They're all
I'm
mixed up
about
together.
to put it in the pan and put it in the oven for 1 hour.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Basically, what's going to happen here, folks, is eventually we're going to take an intermission because mine also has to bake, and we're going to come back. But to you, it'll be like no time has passed.
Yeah. You still want to write a jingle for the time passing?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
I could.
We talked about that a couple episodes ago.
I can-
Roll the clip.
Aren't we funny?
That's not going to happen.
No.
I'm going to cut the spread.
I can also steal something from iTunes. Not iTunes, the royalty-free music they give you with Apple products.
Amazing.
Um,
Should I ask the first question before I start cutting this bread?
yeah, I think so.
This first question comes from JM, once again. My dear friend Jay. It is not JM as in J.M. Barry, but it's Jay space M. And he writes a question that is on my phone that I'm going to find right now. And it is, come on. You can bring back one show that's now off the air back into syndication with no loss of quality. What do you choose? I think that's a great question.
I think that is also a great question.
We're talking about TV shows. Anything that is no longer on air, we can bring back. I think it's a wonderful question. There are a lot of shows that I grew up watching that are no longer on the air. Ooh, oh man, I've got a couple of contenders here.
I want you to talk through your... I'm struggling to think right now.
Right.
I think I just need a moment or two.
I'm thinking of two specific examples.
Uh-huh.
And they're both shows that I grew up watching because
Sure.
my parents introduced me to them.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of like kids TV as a kid, of course, because I was a kid watching TV.
Right.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. Look at this. But also I watched, one of these is a show that my dad grew up watching, and one is a show that I think started airing episodes right before I was born. Mm-hmm. The first one is the immortal, and people are gonna listen to this and they're gonna laugh, but I'm totally serious. The Adam West Batman series.
Okay.
You know, have you ever watched that?
I have,
the tool belts and Batman and Robin and things. I think it's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
I grew up watching it, and for a while, this was before the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight stuff. This was before Batman became this dark, brooding creature. He was, to me, only known as Adam West in this really colorful suit with a tool belt, and like the Joker was this comedic thing, and Batman was always in these traps, but you knew he was going to come out okay because he's Batman. Batman, you know.
Right.
And I think since we are in a renaissance of superhero content, we talked about that a few episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be really cool, since all of the DC stuff right now is so dark and brooding, to see a Batman who is comedic and still like takes himself very seriously, but that was part of the comedy of the show.
Right.
You know? And I want some live action Robin content. I think Robin is a great character. And granted, on this show, he was used kind of as a pawn, but I think that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, if this is for comedy's sake, I'm going to say... Oh, I was going to also say Northern Exposure. Do you know the show Northern Exposure?
I don't.
Not many people our age do. It aired episodes mostly in the early 90s. It was about this doctor who the state of Alaska paid to pay for his medical school tuition if he promised to, when he graduated, live in Anchorage for a few years and be a resident physician. And he was all about that because he wanted to get out of New York City. Mm-hmm. So he graduates medical school and he goes to Alaska, and they're like, great news, we don't need you here in Anchorage. And he's like, yes, I can go back to New York. And they say, no, you still have a contract. You're going to go to this small town with like 1,000 people, and be their doctor for an indefinite amount of time. And he's a New Yorker, and he hates that. And the show had a lot of great representation for people of color, and there was a lot of great Native American tribal history stuff because of the Alaskan population. And I think it was really cool. I think it's a show. It was really weird in the early 90s, and a lot of people took a second to really take to it, but I think now it would be really, really cool. The only reason it's not my answer is because recently it was announced that it is coming back.
Oh.
So, I think Batman has to be my answer because it is not.
Sure.
Yeah, my answer is Adam West's 1960s Batman series.
Uh-huh.
Now, Nicholas.
Yes.
Floor is yours.
So, I grew up watching, almost exclusively the Disney Channel.
Sure.
And I'm kind of stuck between two as well. And I think I'm leaning towards one of them for a very similar reason as well. So I'm stuck between the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody series.
Oh, so great. You talking about Sweet Life and Sweet Life on Deck?
Yeah, just like that world.
That world, sure.
Yeah.
So great.
And so that and That's So Raven.
Right. It's the future I can see.
Yes, That's So Raven. It's mysterious to me.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and pop my sandwich in the oven here just to kind of melt this cheese.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at that. It doesn't look like a sandwich.
No, it's an open face.
It's an open faced. It looks like a piece of bread with chicken and cheese, and it's going to melt, and it's going to be so good.
It's going to be incredible. I just grew up with Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch Sweet Life on Deck until it was on Netflix, many years later.
Right.
And I just, binge watched it.
Ooh, that sauce is so good.
I'm so glad.
That black pepper, oh my god, it's so great. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, you're fine. So
Sweet Life.
Yeah, it was just so fun. They got into so many hijinks.
So many shenanigans.
So
I
many
loved
shenanigans.
Arwen's a great, and Esteban.
Yeah.
Great characters.
The
Mr.
entire
Mosby.
cast was just so fun.
Yes.
They all had such good play with each other.
And it was pretty diverse for a show in the mid-2000s.
It was decently. I mean,
it was largely white, but
yeah, it was largely white. Then there was Brenda Song.
There was Esteban and Mr. Mosby.
And Mr. Mosby.
And that's it.
That's
but
it.
in terms of a core group,
but
to have several races represented.
In the main cast, that was great.
Yeah.
So that's my reasoning for Sweet Life on Deck. And That's So Raven was just I think Raven Simone is she's such a freaking fantastic physical comedian.
She really, really is.
And she was just so damn good.
Didn't that show come back? Isn't it on right now?
They did a spin-off. It's Raven's Home.
That's right. I haven't watched it. Is it good?
I've watched a couple episodes, and it's pretty good. Her stuff is great.
It's as good as you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
Like Fuller House.
Better than Fuller House.
Better than Fuller House.
And better than... Well, I never watched Boy Meets World, so I didn't know how to rate it.
Girl Meets World is really, really good.
I've heard it was very good.
It has the same kind of life lessons, and they really play a lot to the fans of Boy Meets World. Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of Boy Meets World in college, with the perfect time to watch it. Because those life lessons are still applicable.
Yeah.
But Girl Meets World teaches some of the same things. It's just brought to a modern era, and the kids on that show are really, really talented actors.
Sure.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to finalize my answer with Sweet Life series because That's Raven is kind of back with Raven's Home.
Cole Sprouse is so in the he's famous now because he's on. I've never seen Riverdale, but
I've seen some of the first season.
The people who like it really, really like it, and they say he's really good on the show.
Yeah.
And I think it would be cool to see where those characters have gone.
Yeah.
Can I also say, because this is an answer in the same realm, it's a similar question, I would love to see a movie of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I want it Ned's Declassified College Survival Guide. All of those characters are in college. Maybe it's a little darker. It's a full movie. And it's dealing with adult stuff. And he's still playing to the camera and everything. That would be great.
Yeah.
Ned's Declassified College Survival Guide. I don't know what happened to any of those actors, except Mose was on the 10 Things I Hate About You TV show.
Yeah.
I think.
And Cookie was on some other Disney Channel show.
Hasn't he done some theater? Cookie?
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
We did our research.
Yeah.
We know things about actors.
Yeah.
So our finalized answers are, for me, it's Adam West's Batman.
And for me, it is The Sweet Life saga
Yes.
series. I'm not. Sweet Life on Deck was fine. I just wanted to be on a cruise ship. I love cruise ships, so like
Right.
that was my appeal to it. Was
But
like,
just put it in a hotel.
yeah,
That's fine.
I think I like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody better than Sweet Life on Deck.
Yes. I mean, that was a kind of a universal opinion.
Yeah.
On Deck was not great.
It's fine.
It cut out
It
some
was-
characters.
yeah,
there was
well-
no, what was her name? Ashley Tisdale?
Yeah,
Sharpay?
Maddie wasn't
Maddie,
in there.
that's it.
London wasn't in it. Well, London was.
She was, sort
She
of.
was,
Mosby
yeah.
was there.
Mosby was.
But there was no Arwen, no Esteban,
No.
no Maddie.
Well, they brought Esteban back for some things.
For like bits.
Yeah, he was bits. The mom was in the first episode, and she
dropped him off.
once a season or something.
Right.
The graduation episode made me sob.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't get that part.
Oh my god.
Really?
Well, I also watched it my senior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
And so,
So don't do it.
when they're all graduating and like, oh my god, it's bad.
So
So
who's that guy?
I don't know who is that guy.
His name is Billy.
Oh,
He's
Billy.
real sad. We haven't played name that guy. Who's that guy in a while?
Who's that guy?
It's Billy. So what happened was we stopped recording and we were being really funny, and I got upset that we weren't that
Just
funny
trust
when
us,
it was actually.
so
It was
funny.
so funny.
It was so funny.
Can we recreate the moment because you were checking on your thing?
I was
Okay,
checking on
I
my
was
thing.
over here in the kitchen. The blocking is very important.
I was looking in the oven and I said, "Oh, good, it's rising more than I thought it would." There just wasn't a lot of batter, so I was kind of worried.
I said that's good. That happens sometimes with bread. And we had a laugh over
about
it.
it.
I love it.
That's one of the T-shirts.
We had a laugh over it. That's partially a stolen joke, so we can't. It's just something I like saying.
Where's it stolen from?
It's from Oh Hello on Broadway.
Okay, we can't.
Yeah, we can't do that. But we do have another question, and it's a great transition from our last one because, oh boy, am I glad this was asked. This was from our dear friend Skylar G.
Skylar?
Yes.
Hey, man.
We've probably talked about him on the show before.
Probably.
If we haven't, sorry, we'll talk later. He sent me a bunch of questions in a row, and he said, also, please discuss the High School Musical episode of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and its genius, including but not limited to its parody of Something's Coming as Floss, which I didn't realize that
yeah.
song was Something's Coming because I didn't know a lot about theater when that episode came out. It would
Between my teeth, it would be lost without my floss. I can't eat it. I'm out of luck. I'm at a loss without
Maybe we
my
won't like this.
floss. I can't eat a nickel
Lentil.
without dental floss.
And then the director starts crying.
Yes.
Because he wrote it.
Right.
I love it. That episode was amazing. It was
Oh.
the most meta shit I'd ever seen.
Well,
I'm gonna let
because
that-
Zac Efron had already been on the show.
Yes.
And Vanessa Hudgens was a recurring character as one of London's friends with the girl who played Taylor. I don't remember her name.
Monique Coleman.
Monique Coleman, yeah.
Right.
She was, her and Vanessa were recurring characters as London's friends.
Yes, amazing.
And so they already had, like, all the High School Musical cast.
They had the squadron.
They had the squadron on there, except Corbin Bleu.
And, Corbin Bleu. I was like, who's the guy who played Chad Danforth? Corbin Bleu. And Michael Crawford wasn't on it. He's very important in High School Musical.
Is he Troy's dad?
No. Michael Crawford? You know who Michael Crawford is.
Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember, they talk about him in High School Musical.
I don't remember that.
When they're in the library and Chad's like, you can't be an actor. My mom saw The Phantom of Opera on Broadway 27 times, and she keeps a picture of Michael Crawford in our fridge. And Troy's like, who's Michael Crawford? And he's like, they play The Phantom of Opera on Broadway. And they're like, why is the picture in the fridge? And Chad goes, I don't know, she was on a diet or something. The point is, you can't be an actor because that's different from the norm. Stick to the status quo. Chad,
No!
I love that song.
I do too.
That episode, just the best thing about that episode is Ashley Tisdale's reaction to not playing Sharpay.
Right, because she says, people say I look just like Ashley Tisdale, and everyone goes, I don't see it.
No, what happens is they cast
It's
Zack
London.
as
Cody is
Troy.
And London
is
is
Sharpay. And Ashley Tisdale, Maddie, is that her name?
Uh-huh.
She says, you think he looks like Zac Efron, but I don't look like Ashley Tisdale? That's so funny.
Yes.
And then it becomes a Singing in the Rain parody.
It's just so good. It's soy good.
Soy great. But when it becomes very clear that London can't sing, but obviously Maddie can.
Right.
And the director's like, I got it. We'll do Singing in the Rain. And London's like, we have to learn another show? I already struggled to learn this one. Wow. So funny.
And
that was a great show.
Cody auditioning with HMS Pinafore for High School Musical.
Oh, that's right.
When I was a lot of da 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 da.
I love musical episodes of TV shows.
I do too.
I loved the one of Life with Derek. You ever watch Life with Derek? I have a lot of thoughts about Life with Derek, but I'm not going to share them yet because the thing I told you I was writing was it last episode before the personal essay that I'm writing.
Yes,
is about Life with Derek.
Oh.
Do you know Life with Derek at all?
I don't.
It's a Canadian sitcom.
Is that the one where they were
or
falling
what?
in love?
Where what happened, Nick?
Where the kid playing brother and sister were like in love.
In real life?
Yeah.
No, that was disputed. That was
okay.
They said no, that didn't happen. But
that is the show.
No, that is the show I'm talking about. That didn't happen on the show.
But wasn't there just like a lot of sexual tension?
That's what I'm upset about. Because I was trying for years. Because people would always bring it up because I grew up watching not High School Musical. I grew up watching Life with Derek because it was a kids show set in Canada, and my parents were trying to connect with us, so we were watching this Canadian show because.
Are your parents Canadian?
No, but we love Canada.
Great.
That's a longer story. You can read the blog. But we started watching this show, and it was introduced to me that they were brother and sister. So I was like, they're brother and sister. Why are all my friends saying it's incestuous? And now, as a 23-year-old, I'm going back, seeing GIFs of the show, the way they looked at each other, and it just makes me upset. We can get into this. This is going to
I want to do some research on the show.
Yes.
Because I have nothing to add to this conversation, because I've never seen a second of it.
I'm going to cut this conversation short right now, because hopefully by the time this episode comes out, this will be written and I can share it to the masses.
Sure.
So read my essay entitled Life with Derek Ruined the Way I See Relationships. Because that's the title right now.
Good.
I'm going to take my thing out of the oven. I wanted to leave... Oh, it got... Look at... Oh my
so
goodness.
Melty.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
What is this, Potbelly?
Yeah.
Sandwich shop? Doesn't that look so good?
It does.
Or one might say soy good.
Centralize my bread.
I think you should. That looks good. So, I'm going to eat this sandwich. And then we're going to come back and do final thoughts, right?
Yeah. Were those all of our thoughts for High School Musical? Episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
I think it was just genius. And I think it catered exclusively to people who had seen High School Musical. But I realized, watching Disney Channel a few years in, there were no commercials on the Disney Channel for things that were not related to Disney.
You're right.
That
was
was
Danimals,
so smart.
But because Danimals monopolized the Disney Channel kids, because Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, that you could win a trip with Dylan Sprouse.
To that mansion where the kids were jumping in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was such a cool commercial.
No, SpaghettiOs was Nickelodeon. Just kidding.
Danimals?
Danimals
were
was
great.
The only non-Disney Channel.
Yes, and everything was just an ad for a show or a movie or something actually like Disney Parks related.
Right.
So that episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was just another advertisement for their original movies, which I think was so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing
and it was
genius.
already like a phenomenon, so it didn't feel like an ad. It felt like jumping on the bandwagon.
Right. Oh, that's such a great way to put it, because hadn't High School Musical 2 already come out? Like, High School Musical came out in 2005 or 4, I want to say. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody started in 2005. And weren't they in high school by the time, when that episode started? When the High School Musical episode happened? So that would have had to have been a few years. It might have been a few years.
The aging in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, having watched it from start to finish over a week, the time frame is iffy.
Sure, a lot of shows were.
But because it's 3 seasons, they only had 3 seasons, but Disney Channel always, have
their seasons
rule.
lasted a year and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So there would be 30 some episodes per season. So season 1 could last from 5th grade to 8th grade. Yes. And then season 2 could be 8th grade to 9th grade.
Because the content never stopped.
Right.
They just kind of took breaks for weeks at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
How do we start to discuss the dichotomy of Disney Channel? This is an amazing episode. Why did we start with... we started with Batman. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is the next to last episode of This is the next to last episode of.
That's the title. Next to last episode.
You know you love when you do. That's something we didn't catch.
No.
This is the next to last episode of the Soy Boys podcast, and I'm gonna make something really special next time around.
I'm not.
There you are.
Sure.
You're gonna finish that bread.
You're right.
So we're gonna go ahead and take another break here. For us, not for you, because it's just gonna flow on through.
There might be like a cork pop or something. Jesse Mueller isn't human.
So we're winding down here, folks. I have a full sandwich in my belly. Nick's banana bread looks pristine. Pristine.
So good.
Name that musical.
That's Be More Chill.
Sorry, it's On a Clear Day You Can See Forever.
Pristine.
I don't know that.
Be More Chill.
Okay, cool. That looks amazing.
Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to talk about it in our final segment.
Oh, me neither.
On our show, we like to do something called the Postmortem, where we just think about what happened during the podcast, and we talk about what we learned, what could have gone better, what could have gone worse, and what we did well in the making of tonight's food. Nicholas, you've got your banana bread directly to your 1 o'clock.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say like 1:30. Well, it depends on how you turn.
Right.
I guess that's how the clock turns. Now it's at your noon. Actually, it's at your
3:45.
3:45. What did you learn making your banana bread today, Mr. Reese?
I think I learned to trust the process.
Trust the process.
I didn't know if I had enough batter.
Yeah.
But it rose
To the occasion.
And I have a full loaf of banana bread.
That's a big old loaf.
It's a big old loaf, and
Lovely
I
loaf.
can't wait to eat it. I'm letting it rest for a bit.
Yes, because you gotta just
Yeah.
let it cool for a second.
Yeah.
So you can pull it out and not worry about spillage.
Right. Yes.
It's amazing.
What did you learn today, Paul?
Well, what did I learn? Guys, I gotta tell you, having already eaten that, that buffalo chicken open-faced sandwich was the best thing I've made on this show, hands down. It beat the chicken tacos from episode 1, which were the reigning champs.
Really?
And surprisingly, it beat the oatmeal mac and cheese, which was the worst. For those of you who haven't listened to that episode, how were you on this one already?
Right.
Pause it and go back. I guess what I learned is to trust the process.
Yeah.
I have always been able to cobble together ingredients from what I have left, and I always wonder if I'm going to be able to do it. This is another case like that sandwich spread from episode 2, where I knew exactly how it was going to taste when I put it into the oven. I knew exactly what was going to happen, but what I didn't know was that buffalo butter sauce was going to sink through the chicken into the bread. I didn't do anything to the bottom of the bread. I was thought about buttering it because it was gonna sit down on the pan, but it ended up seeping through the bread, and it got nice and crunchy on the bottom. And the chicken was so good, and the Monterey Jack cheese was the perfect thing. So what I learned was that I'm gonna make that more. I guess that's my answer, because I haven't really liked buffalo historically. It's normally been too aggressive, but if you cut it with enough butter, it tastes like butter.
I learned if you cut it with enough butter, it's okay.
I learned that my favorite food is butter.
Same.
Shout out to Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec. You a Parks and Rec fan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. When he says, I love butter goes on all my favorite foods. I put it on popcorn. I put it on candy. Butter's my favorite food. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
I had a great time
I
filming
did
today's
too.
episode, and it took a long time to record. I just said filming today's episode. This isn't YouTube, and it's not going to be.
No. Kevin.
Kevin is Nicholas's dad, who said, after listening to the first episode, I like it a lot. I wish it was a video.
It's true. He did say that.
And we said, well, I wasn't part of the conversation because we've never met. But yeah, what did you say?
I said, oh, it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like if it was a video, we would be destroying the we talk and cook, but we don't talk about cooking. That was difficult to say. We'd be destroying that setup because it would be a cooking show if you could see what we were doing.
Right. There's a reason you can't see what we're doing. It's because we don't know what we're doing.
We know enough to get the job done. To quote Star Kid's epic musical Starship, we're here to get the job done. Big fan of Star Kid. Big fan of Lauren Lopez.
Well, tune in next week for the finale of season 1.
Emotional.
It's going to be emotional. I'll probably cry. Paul won't.
No, I won't. Because working in theater, it's never goodbye forever. It's just so long for now.
Yeah. So with that, so long for now. And
Cook brave. I opted not to join him in the outro, except I poised myself to say cook, but it took about 10 seconds longer than I anticipated. Cook brave. Sorry, let's try it one more time. Cook brave. And that's
one
the
more.
one.
Cook brave.
I wanna see you cook brave.
We're the Soy Boys. Soy great.